Hi, I'm Taylor Vento, the owner and creator of Bags by Vento, and today I'm talking about crochet skill levels. What are they? How do you know which one you are? All right, let's talk crochet skill levels. So there is a lot of variation in the crochet community. So this is meant not to be hard and fast rules, but a guide to help you have the tools to choose a pattern or tutorial that fits your skill level, and for pattern designers to label your patterns and tutorials correctly so that it finds the right people. So the 4 crochet skill levels, according to the American Crochet Association, are beginner, easy, intermediate, and experienced. I'm going to walk through what each of these mean, which skill levels fall within that category, and how you can look for red flags when you're reading a pattern description to see if it's actually the level that is advertised. So skill level 1 is beginner, and a true beginner pattern is going to be presented in a way that it's for someone who is not familiar with crochet or the crochet basics. So a lot of times the beginner level and the easy level are lumped in together. So I see a lot of patterns that are labeled as beginner that aren't truly a beginner pattern, they're more of an easy pattern. So in the beginner level, you do not do any sort of shaping. You're just working in rows, so in either squares or rectangles. You aren't doing any color changing. You're using the foundational crochet stitches like single crochet, double crochet, chaining and slip stitch. You're not getting outside the box as far as increasing, decreasing, color changing, specialty stitches. Think coasters and blankets, placemats, things of that nature that are very simple in shape and color. That is a true beginner level crochet pattern or tutorial. Now, the step up from that is level 2, the easy level, and that's where you're going to start doing increasing and decreasing, working in the round, doing simple color changes like stripes. You also get introduced with some specialty stitches like moss stitch. This is where you'll start to see patterns like beanies and maybe even an infinity scarf, things that are still simple but have a little bit more shape and technique to them. Now next is the level 3 intermediate level. And in this level, this is where you're gonna start doing some more complex shaping. So a lot of amigurumi patterns, which are stuffed animals, are irregularly shaped. So they're usually gonna fall within the intermediate skill level or higher. Not always, but most of the time, because you are increasing and decreasing and creating all of these different shapes, and then you need to join them together, that falls within the intermediate level. So you will be joining granny squares and doing lots of color changes, introducing some higher level specialty stitches such as jasmine stitch and baubles and things like that. Then you'll move up to the level 4, which is experienced, which combines very intricate shaping, color work. So think graph blankets where you are using different colors to create an image. Also, you'll be doing detailed, small level work such as lace work, intarsia, and some higher level amigurumi is considered experienced. Some people consider Tunisian crochet experienced, which is debatable, but if you think about combining multiple different types of crochet into one pattern, then yes, that's an experience level crochet pattern. So there is a difference between experience and skill level. So let's talk about that a little bit. You could be someone who has crocheted for 30 years, but still fall within the easy skill level. And that's okay. Everybody has the types of crochet that they enjoy, and some people like to challenge themselves, some people like to do it to relax, or both, depending on your mood. So don't conflate the amount of time you've been crocheting with your actual skill level. And vice versa, you could be someone who just started crocheting a few months ago and are already being able to follow intermediate patterns quite easily, and that's totally fine too. There is no roadmap. So when you are trying to grow your skills in crochet and maybe move up a skill level, you definitely want to make sure that you're covering all of the basics, that you have the foundational knowledge, that you aren't trying to skip too far ahead without knowing those things, because it will cause a lot of frustration and your work won't turn out the way that you're hoping if you don't know some of those foundational skills from the very beginning. So I do recommend that you try out the beginner and easy level patterns, even if you think that you can follow the intermediate and experienced ones. It's good to have some variety there. Even somebody like me who really likes to challenge myself, I've taken lots of crochet courses, I still love doing a beginner or an easy level pattern from time to time. It's relaxing, it also reminds me of the basics and helps me hone my craft. So I do have a helpful resource for you guys that is free. It's a crochet skills checklist, and for each of the skills that's listed in the checklist, there is a tutorial. So that can be a helpful way of filling in the gaps. A lot of times when someone starts learning crochet, they dive in and they're not sure exactly where to start. So for me, I know I started with crocheting a herringbone double crochet afghan. That was my first crochet project, and it was an absolute disaster because I didn't know any of the basics yet. So I kept getting really frustrated that I was accidentally decreasing stitches, that my edges were all crazy, and that's because I tried to do something that was too advanced for me right off the bat. So you can find my crochet skill checklist in the description below. I will link it. And I also have lots of beginner tutorials and advanced tutorials on my Pinterest and here on my YouTube channel. So be sure to check those out. Now, last but not least, if you have questions, you can put them in the comments below. I love hearing from you. So you can email me at bagsbybento@gmail.com, or you can go over to Instagram, and I love answering DMs there too. So I hope this was helpful, that this gave you a little bit of a guide map for how to figure out what patterns will work best for you. Thanks, guys.